Hey, moving off one team that owns the Kings and moving on to another.
Pelicans?
The Pelicans. Yeah. How are the Pelicans going to look this upcoming season? And bigger question is who's playing center for them? Because right now, the starting rotation for the Pelicans this season on paper looks like this. Looks like DeJounte Murray, CJ McCollum. You got BI at the 3. You got Zion at the 4. And Herb Jones at the 5. 6'7", 6'8", depending on what you look at, depending if he has shoes on or not, I guess. 206-pound Herb Jones is going to be playing center for them. Super interesting to me because Herb Jones landed on the NBA's all defensive first team and 5th in defensive player of the year voting last year. He's clearly a more than capable defender at this stage in his career, being 26 years old. He's elite level defender, especially on the perimeter, all facets of defense, really, in my opinion. Him being at the 5 is going to be super interesting. I think when people initially hear it, going from 6'11" Jonas Valanciunas to 6'8", 6'7" Herb Jones is something that people kind of go, what the fuck? Like, enough for ESPN to make an entire post on Instagram about how he's playing center is something people go, what the fuck about? Did you see this being like super significant for the Pelicans, like in terms of it hurting them or benefiting them? And on what side of the ball do you really see the biggest impact coming from?
It's positionless basketball, right? Like, is Zion still on the court?
Zion's probably playing a fucking point guard.
Right. So is Herb Jones really playing center when Zion's on the court? You know what I mean? Like,
you're playing zone defense anyway, so it doesn't fucking matter.
Yeah, it's positionless basketball. It's going to be exciting as hell to watch.
Yep.
Yeah, and the thing is if Brandon Ingram, who even knows if he'll be on the team come trade deadline, he may not be.
I thought he was gone this offseason.
If he'll actually get his ass up and play defensively, he's one of the longest players in the league. Zion is what he is. Herb Jones is really good. It could be really good.
Yeah.
It could also be fucking terrible, which is why everything about the Pelicans, listen, I guarantee you this, they're going to win at least 4 games because they play the Kings 4 times. So we're not too worried about that. But yeah, I don't think it matters. I don't think the positions matter. If Zion's on the floor and Herb Jones is on the floor, I don't think it matters. Like, there's so few centers left in the league anyway. You know, I don't think that the 76ers are going to spread out the offense and have Herb Jones down in the post banging with Joel Embiid with zero. Yeah. Like, I don't think that's going to happen. Yep. You know what I mean? Like, I also think that if it's not working first 10 or 15 games of the season, they'll make a huge switch. I'm a big fan of Valanciunas.
Yeah.
I do think that's a key loss for them, but I'm kind of here for it for the entertainment effect of, let's play his ass at center. Yeah, let's put Zion at point. Now, does Zion stay healthy? Ooh. That's, again, this is a young player. This is a young player that we have health questions about. We have health questions about some of the older players. Can Zion stay healthy? What can the Pelicans do if Zion plays 72 games this year? What can they do?
Right.
I think they could do a lot. I think that could be huge for them.
Yeah. Yeah. And oh my gosh, acquiring DeJounte Murray is huge offensively for this team. Obviously, CJ is your traditional kind of spot-up guy on the 3, and bring in DeJounte who can create for himself, BI who can create for himself. I'm curious to see if they're going to go back to that point Zion type game that they ended up playing a lot last year until BI ended up getting hurt and it didn't work out anymore. I think my biggest thing is the rebounding game, right? You lose almost 9 rebounds a game when it comes to Valanciunas being off the court now. He's not there. And Herb Jones being at the 5. Who replaces those? Do we see Herb Jones all of a sudden he's been working on it so much that they feel comfortable enough to put him out there instead of a true rebounding machine? That's my biggest concern is the rebounding game. Because if you lose the rebounding game in the league, there's a lot of the times that you're not going to win the game overall. That's my biggest thing with this team right now. Outside of that, do you have any other concerns for the Pelicans? Besides when they face you guys?
Dude, DeJounte Murray, like CJ McCollum, Brandon Ingram, Zion, Like, holy shit. I hope it works. I want to watch it. That sounds exciting as hell. I still can't believe the Hawks kept Trae Young.
I thought Trae was going to be the one that was going to be gone for sure.
I thought he was a Golden State Warrior, man.
DeJounte Murray was head and shoulders better with Trae Young off the court than Trae Young was by himself or those two together. He was more efficient. His numbers were better. The team played better. Like, everything about DeJounte Murray being control of the Hawks was better at the end of the day. Whether how bad or good the team was, they were better than both of them being on the court, or if it was just Trae Young. So maybe it's a little bit of loyalty thing to Trae, which you do see sometimes, and you kind of like sometimes that some of the teams will have some loyalty to some of the players. But yeah, I thought Trae was gone. I thought Trae was gone and DeJounte was going to stay.
And I'm going to make a small little comment here because this team is not listed anywhere in the rundown, and we've covered a lot of teams today, and we haven't mentioned them once. There's still a team out there with a certain Ja Morant and a certain Desmond Bain and a certain Jaren Jackson Jr., who were the second seed a couple years back. Now, Ja's got some issues and he needs to stay off social media, but
putting it nicely.
I mean, that team could make a comeback this year also. This is the fucking problem with the West is like you take teams like 4 through 12 and there's like 16 different ways that they could, there's an infinite more amount than 16, but the way the Western Conference might shake out could go 100 different ways this year. So yeah. I can't wait for basketball to start. You know where I'm going to be at next Thursday?
Where are you going to be at?
Going One Center, like the beam, bitch.
Oh, you're going to be okay. Jesus Christ. All right. Well, Drew's ready to get who do you guys play first?
I don't want to talk about it.
Is it the Pelicans?
No, it's not. I wouldn't have bought tickets if it was. It wouldn't have mattered. I wouldn't have gone to that damn game for free. Hey, Vivette could have walked into my work and said, "What's up, Drew? You're the best. We want to put you courtside for opening night." I'd be like, "Thank you, Uncle V. Who are we playing?" He just said the Pelicans. I'd have said, "Get the fuck out. I ain't going to no Pelicans game."
You're going to a Wolves game instead.
Yeah, it's not great, but I get to see Ant.
Yeah, that's fun. That's fun.
And because I'm moving this week, so I apologize for the echo. It probably sounds terrible because I'm in a big ass open room with no furniture. The parents are coming into town, so I'm going to take my pops, which is cool because me and pops are undefeated as adults. He took me to a lot of Kings games when I was younger when they were shit. I'm sure they lost a lot of games when we were there, but as adults, and what's funny is every time we go to the game, we always sit hella close.
Yeah.
And I always do the same thing. Oh no, I couldn't afford the tickets. We're up in the nosebleeds. Well, this time, those opening night tickets are the most I've spent on tickets that weren't like the first 10 rows for a Kings game in a really long time. So we are upper level, but I did get row A upper level. So you're about the best as you can be, 50-yard line midcourt, row A upper level. So I'll be there. I'll be in my Reggie Theus, my baby blue, and we're going to light the beam on Ant's head.
Do you know who you guys play second?
I know the next game I'm going to is the next home game. It's the Portland Trailblazers, but that's not our second game. We play an away game on Friday, I think.